The James Webb Space Telescope launched itself into space at the back end of last year and has spent the first half of this year settling into its new surroundings. Recently, it sent its first images back to Earth, and they are surely better than anyone might have imagined they would be. Today, we're discussing the new telescope and its first image of the most distant known star. Stay tuned. Let's jump straight in then. What on Earth is going on? Well, not on Earth, in space. The JWST has recently sent back an image of the most distant star known to man, which you can see with a simple Google search. The star is almost 28 billion light years away, so don't expect to be heading off there on holiday anytime soon. The JWST has improved on its predecessor, Hubble, as previously we could only make out entire galaxies, but the improved technology on the new telescope means we can make out images at a greater distance in much more detail. The star is called Earendel. Researchers observed it on July 30th. It turns out that the star lives in a galaxy known as the Sunrise Arc, which has been named this way due to its light having been stretched into a long curve thanks to the existence of a galaxy cluster closer to Earth, known as gravitational lensing. Suitably confused yet? It was actually gravitational lensing that allowed scientists to view Earendel and confirm that it was in fact an individual star, as the process magnified the galaxy by more than 1,000. Initially, it was assumed Earendel was simply a cluster of hundreds or even thousands of stars, but thanks to the immense power of the JWST and the aforementioned gravitational lensing phenomenon, researchers were able to prove that the star is the farthest known to man. Incredible! What do you guys make of all this? Let us know below. So what else do we know? Stay tuned to find out. As we know, we are able to make out Earendel thanks to its perfect alignment with a closer galaxy cluster, which allows for the best possible magnification. And Dan Coe, who works at the Space Telescope Science Institute in Maryland, explained that the alignment signified an incredible stroke of luck for the team who were searching it. He said nobody's even seen a star this highly magnified, not to mention a galaxy. The previous furthest star recorded was around 18 billion light years away. So with the JWST combined with gravitational lensing, we are now able to view things much further away, which is great for science in general. As we know, viewing these objects is not in real time, and the light we are seeing from Earendel is around 12.9 billion years old, which is as mind-blowing as it is cool. It's thought that Earendel is made up of different chemical compositions to stars closer to us, as it is known to be much, much older. In the early universe, heavier elements were yet to form, and there weren't enough supernova around to enrich space with the sorts of elements we have now. Coe will now look into what exactly Earendel is made of, while also revealing that we're all made of star stuff, but that stuff wasn't around in the early universe. Before going on to say, this is a rare opportunity to see if the heavy elements were there in this star 13 billion years ago. Simply amazing. Next up, the JWST might have just beaten its own record. Just over a week ago, the JWST announced what it then assumed to be the oldest galaxy ever seen. Glass Z13 was championed as the granddad of the universe, but now it turns out there could be quite a few galaxies jostling for the number one spot as the oldest. The JWST only noticed the oldest galaxy ever seen on August 2nd, 2022, and in those early days of galaxy research, the story was everywhere, proudly announcing that Glass Z13 was older than anything we'd ever seen before. However, in the week since, it turns out galaxy research is quite the fast-moving industry. It turns out that it's probably not the oldest galaxy we've ever seen, but possibly the oldest light. Researchers believe that it's probably quite a young galaxy, relatively, and that other galaxies in question could be better candidates for being the oldest. In a paper posted on Archive earlier this week, some astronomers have highlighted galaxies that possibly lie even further away than Glass Z13. While we have no solid evidence right now, this just serves to highlight just how powerful and groundbreaking the JWST is, and how much we are yet to uncover about the origins of the universe. Whatever happens, we are certain the new telescope will continue to reveal our own origin story, and we're fascinated. What do you guys think about this? Give us your thoughts below. So how much better is the JWST than Hubble? Well, of course, the Hubble was groundbreaking for its time and revealed some of the universe's secrets, but there's no doubt about the improved quality of the JWST. When the Big Bang first occurred, the universe was tiny in comparison to what it is now, and with this expansion, wavelengths became stretched out. When this stretching occurred, wavelengths shifted towards the redder end of the spectrum, which JWST is specifically designed to capture. Redshift is denoted by using a Z, and higher values of Z indicate a further look back in time. In recent papers uploaded to Archive, 3 have suggested that there are galaxies out there with Z values of more than 16, which is around 13.6 billion years old. This means galaxies that could have been born around 250 million years after the Big Bang. This all means that JWST is more capable of looking much further back in time. Not only this, but the JWST features much bigger light-collecting mirrors, which allow for readings which are about 100 times more sensitive than Hubble. And possibly the biggest difference between the two is the fact that while Hubble made its observations in visible and ultraviolet waves, JWST primarily operates in mid-infrared and near-infrared. What do you guys make of the introduction of the JWST on the back of all the good work done by Hubble? Let us know below. Next up, researchers have made a list of 88 different galaxies they want to take a look at. Since the development of the JWST, astronomers have made a beeline to research the first galaxies. Their objective is to find out more about exactly when these galaxies were formed and what their stars are actually made of. As we know, older stars are made up of different elements to younger stars in our own galaxy. So now JWST is up and running. Scientists have outlined plans to use its technology to investigate these more distant galaxies. This will more than likely give us a better understanding of the early days of the universe, and last month's photos from the JWST will go a long way to opening up a new era in astronomy. However, there's a lot more work to do. Researchers have announced that they specifically want to look at galaxies further out than Z11, around 32 billion light years away, which is when the universe was around 420 million years old. Scientists from the US, Israel, and China will use the JWST to research these distant galaxies using JWST's near-infrared camera. This will be able to see as far back as the first galaxies being formed, to a time when light first traveled through the early universe. The target is SMACS 0723-73 galaxy, a massive cluster which will act as a gravitational lens to give us a better view of faraway galaxies. Incredible! Give us your thoughts on this. And finally, a funny story out of France. Etienne Klein, director of France's Alternative Energies and Atomic Energy Commission, has recently trolled JWST fans by posting a photo of what he initially describes as Proxima Centauri. The star is the nearest to our own sun, which at the time the photo was posted, Klein claims that it was taken by the James Webb Space Telescope, but it turns out that wasn't quite true. Klein went on to say, "This level of detail, a new world is unveiled every day." Thousands of people then retweeted the image, which at first glance is quite realistic looking, but it turns out it's simply a photo of a slice of chorizo on a black background. Hilarious! In admitting the prank, Klein went on to say, "In view of certain comments, I feel obliged to specify that this tweet showing an alleged picture of Proxima Centauri was a joke," before encouraging people to be wary of the arguments from positions of authority, which we guess was a thought experiment, as much as it was a great piece of trolling. Klein went on to muse that the photo wouldn't have garnered anywhere near the attention if he hadn't mentioned the JWST. Probably not. Did you see this one? Pretty funny, right? As usual, thanks for stopping by today, and remember to tune in again next time for some more fun reveals. And why not do us a solid by liking and sharing today's video, while also subscribing to our channel so you don't miss out on any more great bits. Bye, guys!